These are most of your striking options from the plum position, using your hands, your elbows, your knees, and your feet. So we'll start with punches. So we have our plum position. Okay? From here we go in what we refer to as the hockey punching. So with one hand staying on the head, I'm keeping that control of the head. Again, in this case, you can keep the knob, or you can actually reach all the way over and grab his ear and pull it in, and you put your elbow against that sternum where it should be anyways. So if you decide to go to your hockey punching from the plum, you can keep your hand on that little knob in the back of his head, or you can reach for that ear. Crank that head, and your elbow cinches in nice and tight in that sternum area. And then here's your hockey punching. Your uppercut, your hook, your overhand, okay, or extend it out a little bit, overhand, again, uppercut, your hook. Targets would be jawline, one on the side of the chin, the ear, the temple, behind the ear, even on the neck. If it was more street scenario, you could take your forearm, hold this, and then here's your shot to the carotid artery. Okay, right on those nerves as well. So you have the uppercut, the hook, the overhand where you extend it out a little bit, get a little bit bigger of a shot. Or for street use, you use your forearm. Potentially knock them out right there. Okay, so using your uppercut, hook, and overhand. Don't use your jab and your cross. Too short a range, you can't get anything behind that. Power tools are uppercut, hook, overhand, or your forearm chop to the neck. Okay, those are your different punching options. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, reaching through, grabbing that ear and yanking it. Elbows from here. You have that clinch position. Again, a lot of times with elbows, there's a little bit of space created. So my elbows are my horizontal elbow, shot to the chin, the eyebrow, right above the brow, the temple, of course, even the ear, the neck to a certain degree. So here's my horizontal elbow. I could have a downward elbow, diagonal, which comes up and over top and right down again on that brow or even on the temple. It's a downward diagonal. You can have an upward diagonal, which would be like an uppercut, and it's going to pop right on that chin. It can be diagonal, or it can be just a straight vertical, like this. So we have a horizontal, we have our downward diagonal, we have an upward, straight up, vertical, or a diagonal that goes maybe the button on the side of the chin, the jawline. And sometimes you even have your downward, vertical elbow, top of the head. And draws blood, maybe knockout. So again, horizontal, downward diagonal, straight up vertical, straight up diagonal, or to the top of the head. Those are your different kind of elbows. And knees. Different variations of knees. You have the straight up knee. So if you're in tight in the tie position, you create space by what we call a push and pull method. I push and pull, stagger my feet, and then there's my knee. Okay? There's two kinds of knees. There's a long knee, which goes deep through his body, and then there's a quick knee. Okay? It comes straight up. You don't have as much space. So either way, it's a straight knee. Okay? If I'm in tight, I can have a diagonal knee. Where I'm out, it's diagonal, and it comes into the organ, liver, spleen, depending on side. Okay? Rib cage, floating rib. So again, these are diagonal. Diagonals. Okay? If you're really in tight, sometimes the arm positions here, you have what we call a curved knee. And the curved knee goes to the kidney. This is your curved knee. So we have a straight up knee. These are the basic knees for this position. A diagonal knee comes in at that angle. Straight up knee goes to solar plex. Diagonal knees come into that floating rib or organ. Curved knees come into the kidney or the bottom rib on the back side. Okay? Those are for the knees. Using your feet, okay, you can have a sweep. You kick his ankle, it's like a sweeping motion. It off balances him, and off that sweeping motion comes your knee. In, knee. So it's a good way to off balance him. You can also just even kick him. Okay? It's like an ankle crush. You kick it. And then another one could be, we just call this a mule kick. You're in tight, and you're just working on the belly of his calf. It's going to be a little bit painful. It's like getting a Charlie horse. Okay, and what it will do, it will just make him move that leg. When he does that, that sets up the knee. So a way to create space, he brings that back, and then you knee. Those are all the different strikes. Also in the clinch, you want to be moving him, off balancing him, maybe throwing him, but these are just the striking options. So if we review them one more time, punches, uppercut, a hook, an overhand, a little bit more extension, forearm chop to the neck, elbows horizontal, downward diagonal, straight up vertical, the butt on the front of the chin or base of the nose, upward diagonal, comes more of an angle, and just a downward vertical, top of the head. We have our knees, straight up knee, diagonal knee, or my curved knee, which goes to the kidney. We have an ankle sweep or ankle crush, depending on, if we kick with the inside of our foot, the instep, it's a sweep. If we just turn it and kick with the top of our foot or lower part of our shin bone here, it's more of an ankle crush. So it's an ankle crush. Or we use the mule kick to the belly of his calf, which gets him to step back, and there's my knee. Those are your striking options, some of your striking, most of your striking options from the plum position.